This video covers operators that are used in arithmetic inside of a script. Okay, so when we actually do any form of arithmetic inside the scripts that we are creating, we use a plus sign to symbolize add, a minus sign to symbolize subtract, an asterisk to symbolize multiply, and a slash to symbolize divide. What we need to do as well is we need to ensure that the result is actually displayed as a number. So the way in which we force this to happen is we use EXPR, and that will make the result an expression. And we also place that inside of quotes. Okay, so to add two numbers together, we have got dash EXPR space. Now we're going to read these two numbers in from the user, so $num1 plus $num2, and then we're closing the quote. Please note though that the quote is not an apostrophe. The quote on my keyboard is the symbol beside the 1 key. Okay, if you use the quote, it won't work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at an addition example. So if you move into your scripts folder, to do this, we use cd space scripts, then press enter. Now we want to create a new file that we can enter in our text to add these two numbers together. So type nano space arithmetic.sh. So that is the name of the file that we are going to store the information in. And all that you have to do after you type the information in is save the file and exit it. Okay, this is what you need to type in. So as usual, we have got lots of comments in here because that is seen as good programming practice. So it's something that you have to actually do. So we have got bin bash, so we're going to run in a bash shell. The author name, so that would be your name. The date, that would be the date that you're creating this. And then an explanation as to what the file actually does. So this file is an example of adding two numbers together. The numbers will be entered by the user. And then we have here, we prompt for number 1. So as you know, echo will echo or write something out to the screen. So all it's doing is writing out, please enter number 1. And then we want to read in whatever the person that's using the program has typed. We want to read it. So we use the read command. And then we want to store it in num1. So read num1 will take whatever has been entered and store it inside this variable called num1. We have another comment here. Here we prompt for number 2. So we have echo. So echo writes something out to the screen. So echo, please enter number 2, or write out the text, please enter number 2 to the screen. Then we have a comment. We store the value entered into variable 2. So we use the read command here. So read will read in whatever the user types, and we have num2 afterwards. So it reads in whatever the user is going to type and it stores inside num2. Okay, so the result of the addition is going to be stored inside answer. And we want to make sure that the values are treated as numbers. So we can use EXPR, which forces the addition to be numeric in nature. So we have answer equals, and then we have got dash EXPR, and then we have $num1. So $num1 states that you use the variable called num1, and then we're adding num2. So that states that we're using the variable because we have the dollar num2, and then we're closing the quote. Please remember that these quotes are not the same as the apostrophe. On my keyboard, the quote is beside the 1 key. Maybe I'll be different on your keyboard, but it is not the apostrophe. So all that remains now is that we have to write out the answer to the screen. So to write out the answer to the screen, we have got echo. The result of the addition is, and then we have dollar answer. So we've already set up the value of answer here. So we've said answer equals, add number 1, add number 2, and treat it as a numeric expression. Okay, so we need to come out of Nano and you need to save your file. So save your file, write your file and exit Nano. So to make a script executable, to run the script, we have to change the permissions on the script so that we can run it. So we use chmod 775. So we're giving executable permission to yourself, to the group, and to everyone else. And then to run the script, you type /arithmetic.sh. So two numbers, you would have to enter two numbers when prompted and a result would be displayed. An example of that is given here. So you can see I have gone in nano arithmetic.sh, typed in my file, then chmod 775 arithmetic.sh, so I'm changing the permissions. And then to run the script, /arithmetic.sh. And then I have a prompt, please enter number 1. I've chose to put the number 2 in. Please enter number 2. I've chose to put 7 in. And then the result of the addition is 9. So the program is telling me 2 plus 7 is 9, which is correct. Okay, what I would suggest you do is create some other scripts. Do one for subtraction, do one for multiply, and do one for divide. Please remember though, if you try and divide by 0, you will get an error message. Okay, and we have got no catching errors at all in the program, so just be aware of that. Okay, thanks for listening.